Navneet, a very good afternoon to you as well. And we want to take forward the conversation largely and talk about silver as well, Hiral. And I think that's one of the key part of this conversation as well.
Yes, so silver is something that is in focus. In fact, it hit a high in terms of MCX. Navneet is joining in. Navneet, good afternoon and welcome to the show. Navneet, my first question coming to you is the levels at which silver is trading right now. What is your key in, why this kind of an uptick? And two, is this sustainable versus what's happening with gold as well?
Well, good afternoon. And we've seen that silver has been a laggard as far as the precious metal complex is concerned. We've seen gold outperforming silver by a very huge margin over the last couple of years. And this is just kind of a catch-up rally to what gold has done. Typically, silver is a precious metal, but largely over the last few years, we've seen it behaving like an industrial metal. So unless the industrial roadmap is very clear, unless there is massive demand coming in from China and rest of the world, silver doesn't tend to perform. And this is what we've seen in the last 5-7 years as well. So all this while we are seeing a recovery mode in China, which is the largest consumer of this metal. But until now, we've not seen a massive amount of buying coming in from China the way it has been for gold and other commodities. And that is what is keeping the prices under pressure. Over the last few days, we've seen that there is a catch-up rally between gold and silver, where the ratio was skewed to as low as about 100, and now the catch-up has brought to about 106, 95, 96 levels. We typically tend to see that silver has been a very volatile commodity. It consolidates for months, and then when it moves, it typically moves in a fashion of 15 days to 20 days and gives you an average return of about 20-22%, which is typically what we are seeing, that it moved from about $32 to now currently standing at about $36 and looking stronger towards $40 also eventually.
Mr. Damani, a very good afternoon again. So specifically, we've seen gold price rally very aggressively in this year, in 2025 specifically. Starting of the year, both of those were very close to each other in terms of price movements.
Well, I'm sorry, I cannot hear your question.
Hi, am I audible to you now, Mr. Damani? Hi, am I audible to you now? So we'll try to reconnect with Mr. Damani on that aspect, but essentially what I was trying to get to is, because both, and if you can put the chart up also very quickly on screen, both gold and silver prices had moved in a lot in tandem until January of 2025. Since then, we've seen some correction there on the silver prices as well, but that's also largely led by the strong price movement in gold because of geopolitical crisis. We've seen, we're currently in 3 wars right now globally, and gold as a safe haven generally has that kind of power in this particular time frame to move very aggressively in terms of price movements. So let's go across to Navneet again. Navneet, am I audible to you now? Just wanted to check once.
Yeah, you're better. Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
Correct. So I just wanted to ask you a question essentially on the price movements, because until January, we had both gold and silver prices move largely in tandem. But since then, because of worsening geopolitical crisis, gold prices have shot up severely. You mentioned right now that silver generally moves in groups, essentially, that you see a very sharp movement in a very short time. Do you see that as well coming into, we're now in June, do you see that it will catch up to the sharp rally that has been seen in gold over the last 6 months?
Well, I'll take a step back and see that since 2021 to 2025, gold has given you about 105% kind of a return. Whereas if you see silver is just merely about 50-55% up. So there's a lot of potential for silver to catch up vis-a-vis the rally which you've seen in gold. But mind you, gold has rallied primarily because of the ongoing wars that you mentioned, that we have sitting on 3 ongoing wars. Some of them have completed their 3rd anniversary as well, and they don't seem to be ending very soon. So it looks like geopolitical crisis, central bank buying, and fluctuation in the dollar is going to keep gold prices steady for some time now. But silver, on the other hand, is seeing revival in demand from China and from the Indian pocket. We've seen a massive import coming in on the domestic front of about 5,000 tons in the year 2024. So demand has been there. People are getting a little cautious about buying gold at about 1 crore rupees per kg, and there's a shift of demand coming in from gold to silver as far as investment is concerned. Also, typically the use is increasing in silver primarily from industrial uses, 5G technology, from investment demand. Jewelry is coming up in a big way in terms of silver demand. Bars and coin sales have improved drastically. As far as 5G technology and these EV charging stations are concerned, there also a lot of pent-up demand for silver is also catching up. And this is the fifth successive year where ICSG, where the Silver Institute projects that it is going to be a deficit for silver. So this is a kind of catch-up move which has been missing for the last couple of years, and I think that this rally has got some more feet to catch up.
Right. So, Navneet, from here on, if you have to recommend someone as an investment to buy silver or gold, which metal would it be, and what would your target be on both?
Well, we've been positive on gold for some time now, and most of the targets are kind of getting exhausted around 3,400, 3,450. We will be exhausting our gold buy target, and from there, we expect that the returns will be very minuscule unless the war escalates beyond somebody's imagination. If that has to happen, then maybe 3,700, 3,800 would also come open, but that is not what we are envisaging at this point in time. However, for silver, we were the first to call about 1 lakh rupees target for gold, and now we've revised it upward toward 1,25,000 also in the next 12 months. We are already sitting around 108, 10 levels, and we expect that another 15-20% upside from current levels also could be deliverable. On the international front, we are just around $37, and this technical breakout could take it towards $40, $41 also in the very short to medium term target. So I expect that silver could be a better bet as far as investors are concerned. If somebody is having a FOMO, then maybe some bit of gold and some bit of silver could be part of your portfolio. But if you've largely paid out of the gold rally, it's time to switch towards silver.
It's time to shift to silver from a gold. Though, you know, the World Gold Council, the graphics that you were seeing are coming in from there where they are seeing gold as a safe haven yet. And a good upside could be coming in there as well. Thank you, Navneet, so much for joining us on the show.